All right, y'all. It's been a minute since I've weighed in on anything, and there is something I want to weigh in. I want to weigh in on this Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion thing. Um, I don't know how relevant it is or it isn't, but what's surrounding it is relevant, right? So Tory Lanez, Tory Lanez allegedly shooting Meg Thee Stallion, and basically the back and forth amongst those of us choosing sides, right? We know there's an issue among black people, black women not feeling protected by black men feeling scapegoated by black women, both sides pointing toward a lack of accountability and loyalty to the other, so on and so on. This isn't a new issue. This isn't a new topic of discussion. I'm not shedding light on anything that doesn't already have a spotlight on it. Both sides have compelling arguments and justified biases to make those claims. But in this instance, it doesn't seem that black men are willing to take this on the chin, and that's because the way it's shaken out, it does. It just seems like Tory just didn't do it. So a sister allegedly shot by a brother. She said it was him. Others claim to have saw it for themselves. Some have said it was him. Some have said it wasn't him. The conflict I and many others have is that the physical evidence doesn't seem to quite line up with what is alleged and what people are saying they witnessed. So apparently he said dance, something like that. He shot her. She turned around and claimed that, somebody said those injuries came from glass or she cut her foot. She said, nah, it wasn't that. This N-word shot me, right? And apparently a friend of hers also claimed that he shot. So Meg is saying she saw him do it. And somebody else is saying that they saw him do it. So there should be some physical evidence that corroborates what they saw. The thing is that there is some physical evidence, but it doesn't corroborate that. The physical evidence corroborates that her friend shot her. Her friend is the one that has gunpowder residue on her. Eyewitness testimony says that, I'm going to read this, an independent witness told the cops that they saw Meg Thee Stallion and her female friend Kelsey fighting just moments before Meg was shot in the foot. They saw the gun muzzle's flash went off closer to Kelsey than to Tory. The muzzle flash detail is corroborated by the gunshot residue found on the other female's hand. So the eyewitness testimony of somebody corroborates that the female shot a gun. There is no gunpowder residue on Tory. The gunpowder residue is on the female. These are facts. This is what they're saying is facts, right? And so people are saying, well, she saw what she saw, as far as, Meg goes, and anybody that's claiming they saw what Tory did. And let's just make a quick discussion as far as, make some quick points about eyewitness testimony. Eyewitness testimony can be incredibly compelling as a form of evidence during criminal proceedings. Many people trust eyewitness to provide accurate recollections and clear insights into what happens at the scene of an alleged crime. However, despite this perception, research shows that eyewitness testimony is as a top factor in wrongful convictions. The Innocence Project states that nationally, over 70% of exonerated individuals were initially convicted based in part on testimony from eyewitnesses. That's some scary shit. This makes evaluating the potential limitations of this testimony critical during any criminal case. So let's talk. Okay, so environmental factors, right? You know, when a person witnesses an alleged crime, ambient conditions may prevent him or her from accurately perceiving and remembering what occurred. For instance, if an eyewitness sees an incident in poor lighting or from poor distance, his or her recollections are less likely to be reliable. A person's biases can affect the accuracy of his or her memories, and so can stress factors such as the presence of a gun during an assault or violent crime. So that's just environmental factors. Then the memory. Human memory is often viewed as static, but in reality, memories are perceptual experiences, are not necessarily fixed. As the National Academy of Sciences noted in 2014 in a comprehensive report on eyewitness testimony, memories may become distorted or degraded when they are initially made or when they are later recalled. Memories may also evolve to accommodate new information. In all these cases, the person may not realize that his or her memory have undergone any changes. So this explains why people recant or retell or change their story, because in their mind it actually changes. In their memory, it actually changes. Um, so it's imperative that all of the potential issues with eyewitness testimony be weighed when this evidence is used to support criminal charges. So you take the inaccuracy of eyewitness testimony. We as black people know the inaccuracy of eyewitness testimony. We have been subjected to inaccuracies of eyewitness testimony and straight up falsehoods. But you know, thankfully we got cameras and body cams that we know otherwise that we did not have. There's a lot of shit that's happened in the last decade or less that if it wasn't for cell phone cameras, it wasn't for body cams, we know these outcomes would have been way different. I do not have to give specifics. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So consider that. Consider all of that. Consider that the gunpowder residue ain't on that man. It's on somebody else. And the person that is on somebody else has testified that that's who they saw shoot the gun, or that's who they saw the gunshot come from as far as close proximity. So it seems as if, once again, a black man is being scapegoated. Brothers are not having it. If facts ever show that Tory did indeed shoot Meg, I'll be the first to come back. I'll make a new video and say, hey, new information is in, and he needs to pay for said crime. Until then, I'm standing on the side of the brethren. Physical evidence or lack thereof is where I'm positioned. I'm not positioned based on the biases that we have, the internal discussions that we have, the internal issues that we have within our community, which I know is a driving factor to a lot of people's opinions on this particular situation.